Morning coming up here on GMA. We are in the Hudson Valley and assessing the damage. Now about 36 hours since the heaviest rains here. You can see we have that drone up and lots to clean up. But we've also got to talk about what's happening yet this morning in Vermont. They're still dealing with that flooding. So many roads closed. Jacqueline Lee is up there for us with the latest. And I'll tell you when all the rain finally leaves. Also, Evan Gershkovich detained in Russia more than 100 days now. His parents are speaking in a broadcast exclusive about their hopes for his coming home. George sitting down with them. You'll see those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
This morning on GMSA, the man you see here is behind bars accused of robbing a bank on the city's northwest side. How police were able to capture him and get the money. Plus,
the White House is lauding Turkey for withdrawing its objection to Sweden joining NATO. I'm ABC's Justin Finch with more on today's high-stakes NATO summit and the leaders now set for face-to-face meetings with President Biden.
And rise and shine at 6 a.m. Still warm out there. Don't be surprised about that. And expecting the temperatures to get even hotter this afternoon.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, everybody. 6 a.m. on your Tuesday, July 11th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. We hope you survived the heat on Monday afternoon. Got a little hot out there. Did you make it out at all yesterday? Oh, that's right. You cooked.
I was working on brisket for today for the morning team, and it'll be ready in 1 hour. Wasn't there an old H-E-B commercial? The brisket will be ready in 1 hour.
Yes. Thank you, Mark.
So it's done. It's just warming back up right now.
You braved the heat. Yeah, that right now is like a really tricky time to cook out there.
It would be very tricky. And if we could freeze ourselves in time and hold this temperature, we would love that. But Justin Horn is in for Mike.
No.
And we're talking about how quick things will change later today.
Well, I'm going to set my watch for 1 hour because I'm excited.
Oh.
Can you smell it?
Almost. You know it's bad when the animals are over the heat.
Right.
Our friend here, the squirrel, he's over it. I mean, he's splooting, but you can just see in his face like he's done with the heat.
Well, the tail is up for maximum ventilation.
Yes, it is. Yeah, the splooting pictures have been fantastic this summer. You know, that was not on my bingo card to have all these KSAT Connect splooting pictures, but they really are good. Yes, that's a good way to stay cool. That's how the squirrels stay cool. And as we go outside right now, we've got mostly cloudy skies, actually. 79 degrees, dew point is at 74, heat index is at 82. And the heat index today is going to be up near 110 here in San Antonio. So we were at about 107 yesterday. We're going to add a couple degrees onto that this afternoon. And be aware that heat index may jump up above 110 in a few spots. We're calling for mostly sunny skies. There may be a shower or two in the hill country, but other than that, this is a dry forecast. I know Steven loves Tuesdays, so we're going to check in with him and see how things are going on the Tuesday morning commute.
That's not true. I don't like Tuesdays at all. Let me tell you why. Who needs a Tuesday? The only good thing about Tuesday is that it's Taco Tuesday and it's one day closer to Friday. But you know what? We'll make an exception today, Justin, because I love the way traffic has started on this Tuesday. There's 10 at the Y. It's just getting busier. This is expected. We've entered 6 a.m. hour. So that's when we're going to start to see a lot more folks wake up and hit the roads. You're not seeing any issues that would slow you down there at 10 at Hackberry. And thankfully, as we get a look at our map, we're not spotting major slowdowns. What we did have earlier was a bit of a slowdown, and it seems to have remained the same outside Loop 1604 on the northeast side of our map. This is just around Live Oak. That's likely due to the Northeast Expansion Project, where crews are out there improving the roadways. It's going to take several years, so pack some patience. Looks like that work is wrapping up, at least a portion of it this morning. Let's take a look at travel times. If you're making your way into the Alamo City from Pleasanton, you have a pleasant drive ahead of you on 37 northbound, 29 minutes at this hour, and 30 minutes along US 90 eastbound from Castroville. Right now would be the time to leave, guys. And the arrival from Lytle should be along about 17 minutes along I-35 northbound. But let's get it back here on rotation from TransGuide 410 at Starcrest. Yeah, busier shots is what we're seeing, but I've not spotted any issues. I'll track the roads closely, and I'll have more updates for you a little bit later on in the newscast. Mark.
Thank you, sir. New this morning, a man waking up behind bars after holding a teller at gunpoint during a bank robbery. Police tell us 27-year-old Matthew Flint has been charged with aggravated robbery. Happened 10:45 Monday morning on Wurzbach Road. Flint allegedly went into the bank, pulled out a gun, and held the teller at gunpoint while demanding cash. We're told he also wore brass knuckles during the heist. After giving Flint the money, police say he ran off. Officers were able to track him down at his apartment nearby.
These guys did all this in about 3 hours and a half, less than 3.5 hours. Great work that they did all this intel put together, and we were able to apprehend the suspect.
Now, SAPD says the gun and most of the money were recovered at the apartment.
San Antonio fire investigators are trying to figure out what sparked a house fire. This happened yesterday afternoon on Dugas Drive. That's not far from Marbuck Road and Loop 1604. We are told the fire started outside and spread to the home and then the roof. People inside were able to get out safely. Damage is estimated at over $100,000.
In your morning headlines, new details about the high-stakes NATO summit in Lithuania.
Turkey is withdrawing its long-held objections to Sweden joining the alliance. This comes as President Biden and other NATO leaders talk about Ukraine's ongoing war and potential NATO membership.
ABC's Justin Finch is tracking the latest this morning.
Vilnius, the Lithuanian capital, hosting an already history-making NATO summit. Turkey's President Erdogan and Swedish Prime Minister Kristersson shaking hands following Erdogan's decision to drop Turkey's opposition to Sweden joining NATO.
Vladimir Putin has been counting on the West to crack, NATO to crack, the Transatlantic Alliance to crack. He has been disappointed at every turn. Vilnius will very much disappoint him.
The announcement also comes after President Biden voiced his desire to see Sweden join NATO as soon as possible in a pre-summit phone call with Erdogan. After his about face, Erdogan's now lobbying for support for Turkey to join the European Union. At the summit, Ukraine's near 2-year-long war with Russia is top of mind. Though the Western allies remain committed to backing Kyiv, President Biden says granting Ukraine membership now is a risk.
If the war is going on, then we're all in the war. You know, we're at war with Russia.
In a sign of unity, Biden and Ukraine's President Zelensky now set for talks tomorrow.
Ukraine deserves to be in the alliance, he said. Not now, there is a war, but we need a clear signal. And we need this signal right now.
The president has kept a busy schedule in Europe, meeting with Britain's King Charles and UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. After the NATO summit wraps tomorrow, President Biden is set to deliver a speech before making more stops in Europe, including to newly admitted NATO ally Finland. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
This morning, a first in more than a century. The United States Marine Corps does not have a confirmed commandant. His top officer retired Monday, but the Senate hasn't confirmed his successor. That's because Alabama U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville is blocking more than 200 military confirmations. He's protesting a Pentagon policy that covers travel costs for service members' abortions. The Senate uses unanimous consent to pass hundreds of confirmations in a single vote, but Senator Tuberville's protest would force the Senate to vote on each officer individually.
Looking ahead, the possibility of a UPS strike is on the horizon after negotiations between the shipping giant and the Teamsters Union reached a standstill. The deadline is August 1st, and the strike could have major impacts on Americans and businesses nationwide. UPS delivered around 21 million packages a day across the country last year and moves about 6% of the U.S. economy. Now, the disagreements are over things like pay raises for part-time workers.
Made billions last year, and all these men and women out here behind me, they worked through the pandemic, and they kept America moving, brought all the goods to everybody.
There's no other delivery service that can make up for the work that our workers do. I would imagine a lot of things wouldn't get delivered. If there's no agreement by August 1st, we're all walking.
Now, customers can still expect their package deliveries through July, but if a strike happens, the future of deliveries, that's not clear.
Now 6:08, 78 degrees.
And still to come, 2 huge movies coming out next weekend, and thousands of people are buying tickets to see both on the same day. How theaters are getting involved.
And after the break, it's Ready, Set, Shop. How you can make the most of this year's Amazon Prime Days without breaking your budget.
Shopping indoors might be a good option. Looking out there with live cam, things are calm right now at 78 degrees, but our ACs will be working overtime later this afternoon. We'll be checking in with Justin later on. And welcome back at 6:12. This morning, the wait is over for bargain hunters across the globe.
Yep, Amazon just kicked off Prime Day. It's 48-hour sales extravaganza. Have you bought anything yet?
No, have you?
No, not yet.
No.
And I would tell you if I did.
Yeah, we'll see. ABC's Andrew Dimbert tells us how you can spend smarter this year.
A watch, some headphones, and a gift from my mother.
Prime member Marvin Rosa's wallet is at the ready, but this Prime Day, it's all about separating the deals from the duds.
You want to make sure that you buy things that will last.
The New York Times sorted through and tested hundreds of items, Amazon's Echo Dot earning their recommendation.
Because you can hook it up to Bluetooth to your phone, you can play music while you're getting ready, and it even has an alarm clock function.
Amazon products are among the biggest deals, like the Amazon Fire 43-inch TV and Kindle tablet reader. But the best deals will likely have limited availability.
I would suggest to go and lean on lightning deals, which will give you more of a chance to get the product that you want.
So make sure you click on Watch for lightning deals or get alerts through Amazon's shopping app to get notified the second the deal goes live. And this year, there are many deals that are invite only. So if one of those catches your eye, make sure you click on that request invite button. In the meantime, analysts say delay buying mattresses and large appliances. Labor Day will likely be a better time to buy those, but now is the time to buy strollers and grills. And while a deal might have a flashy sticker price, make sure you're using a price comparison tool like Google Shopping to make sure you're actually getting a deal.
A lot of what we see is prices that are the same as you'll see throughout the year.
Don't have a Prime membership? You can sign up for a 30-day free trial and then cancel before it ends, or skip the Prime Day rush altogether. Many other retailers are battling for your money. Dell, Macy's, Target, Best Buy, Wayfair, Kohl's, Walmart, and Nordstrom are all running sales to compete with Prime Day. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
We were doing some browsing earlier in the newscast, and some of we found some pretty good deals. Yeti products, 30 to 50% off.
Not bad for right now.
And Apple Watches, 20 to 30% off. So, yeah, that's better than it was.
That's what you're looking for. But you're looking for a Furby.
Full price.
Yeah, full price Furby.
Price.
Yeah, sorry for Furby fans out there. But not Stephen Cavazos.
No, but I have bought hangers on Amazon, and they are great because,
well, there you go.
I always tend to lose hangers and socks. Okay, guys, let's talk about what's happening here with traffic because things were quiet for a little while. TransGuide cameras are picking up just light traffic there at 35 and even here at 35 at Pine. But the problem is not showing here on TransGuide. I actually need to call our friends over there because where we saw a buildup there was along 35 southbound, and where we're now seeing reports of a crash is near Evans Road. Check that out behind me. Not a good spot. 35, as I always like to mention, is one of the busiest corridors in our area where hundreds and thousands of people drive through the area. And anytime an incident pops up, it's going to slow folks down a lot. And you're seeing that reflected on our map. Let's hope everyone is doing okay out there. But again, I'll step out of the studio to talk to our friends at TransGuide to find out if we can get a view of the conditions and find out exactly what they're seeing out there. What we're seeing back here is, of course, a lot of construction in and around the Alamo City. Quick reminder, Wurzbach Parkway. We still have those roadway improvements. They're taking us all the way to the end of the month. This wraps around 3 in the afternoon. What we'll see in the meantime, alternating lane closures in both directions from Northwest Military Highway to Weidner Road. But scan the QR codes on your screen now. It sends you to our KSAT traffic page. Full list of closures is on there at this time. But of course, I need to get some updates from our friends over at TransGuide. I'll step out of here in just a moment to talk to them. But yeah, 35, it was fine. We know that there's a lot of construction taking place in the area. That's what was reported. Now we're seeing these possible reports of a crash, which would just add to some major delays for folks. So be safe out there.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, good advice. Good advice for us.
There's just stay cool. Find a way to stay cool. That's the only advice we can pretty much give you over the next 3 months.
That shouldn't be hard.
No. Find a fan.
Because I'm already cool.
Well, that's true.
I'm just joking.
Steven.
Sorry, Mike's not here, so I got to fill the void.
I love it.
I love you, Mike. Mike Osterhage.
Okay.
He's not here. I got to fill the void.
Yeah. We
Thank you.
appreciate that. Well, in the it could be worse category, I want to show you what is going on out west of us. As you get out into parts of Death Valley, where temperatures are really going to start to crank up. So basically it's hot from Texas all the way to California. It's this desert southwest area that really is going to be baking next several days. And it is summer. We would expect these kind of temperatures, but these are even hotter than hot. You have high pressure that is anchored over parts of El Paso, where they're going to see another day above 100. They're setting records for consecutive days there. 103, the forecast high in San Antonio, 108 Laredo. Furnace Creek, which is out near Death Valley, 115 today. But look where they go over the next several days. 119, 123. By Saturday and Sunday, we're talking 127 to 128. The all-time high is 134. By the way, that's the highest temperature recorded on Earth there in Death Valley. And they do see temperatures over 120 often in the summer. But these numbers, they're getting up there. And we're starting to stack up our triple-digit days. We're now at 17. That includes today's forecast. Because we do believe we'll be over 100 today. So where does that rank? We're still well behind the big numbers we saw back in 2009, last year, and 2011. But we're starting to catch up, and we're more or less on pace to at least finish in the top 10 at this rate. In 2009, we had 21 days at this point. And last year, we had 33 triple-digit days at this point. Hard to know where we'll end up, but we do know we're going to stack up several more days here in the next week or so. 80 degrees right now. We've got mostly cloudy skies. Dew point is at 74. Heat index is at 85 already. 83 at 9 o'clock. Noontime 92. 98 at 2 p.m. And then look for a high right around 103. Heat index will be somewhere around 109, 110 a little bit later this afternoon. As you look at the big picture, it does look promising, right? We've got some showers and storms to our north, but unfortunately, most of this just does not make it here. Northeast Texas will get some rain, and a few of these light showers you see here along Interstate 20 could drop south into the hill country. Even this afternoon, can't rule out a stray shower, maybe some added clouds to the north of San Antonio, but nothing that I think makes it here as far as rain goes, unfortunately. We'll keep a very small chance in there. Junction, Kerrville, Fredericksburg a little bit later today for a stray shower. Otherwise, it's mostly sunny and, yeah, you guessed it, hot. 102 Wednesday, 102 Thursday, 102 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 102, 103. Take your pick. That's about best we can do right now, unfortunately.
We are on repeat mode. No skips.
None whatsoever.
Well, it's consistent.
It is consistent.
There
is that.
We know what to expect. Thank you, Justin.
619, 78 degrees.
Just ahead, the parents of a detained Wall Street Journal reporter in Russia are speaking out in an exclusive interview with ABC News. What you can expect in your GMA First Look.
With wet AMD, sometimes I worry my world is getting smaller because of my sight. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, which means doing more of what I love. Vabysmo is the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye, or are allergic to it or any of its ingredients. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. Although uncommon, there is a potential risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots.
Open up your world.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News broadcast exclusive.
Is there any message you have for the Russian authorities?
Journalism is not a crime.
We want our son back.
Yes.
It's been over 100 days since Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich was detained by the Russian government, accused of espionage, and held in a Moscow prison.
We need to have all the strength to survive this time until he gets back.
This morning, his parents are speaking out to George Stephanopoulos.
How did you learn the news that he'd been arrested?
Well, we got a call from the Wall Street Journal that he didn't report back on time.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear more from Evan Gershkovich's parents and their important message for the world about their son. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
In your consumer headlines, upcoming blockbusters Barbie and Oppenheimer are hitting theaters on the same day, and thousands of moviegoers are planning on watching both next weekend. AMC Theaters says over 20,000 AMC Stubs members have already bought tickets. The company says they saw a 33% jump in the number of guests buying tickets to watch both movies. So the movies whose storylines couldn't be more different are being dubbed Barbenheimer. But according to early tracking, Barbie is expected to outpace Oppenheimer in terms of early ticket sales.
Well, happening today, Subway is giving away up to 1 million 6-inch subs to show off their new deli sliced meats. To get a free sub, you'll need to physically go to a participating restaurant between 10 a.m. and noon. They have to choose a 6-inch from their new Deli Heroes lineup menu. There's only one free sandwich allowed per person, and they won't take any other coupons with your deal.
And the so-called Twitter killer is continuing to grow. Instagram's Threads is up to 100 million users in less than a week. That dwarfs the milestone set by ChatGPT, which took 2 months. And according to Instagram's CEO, there have already been more than 95 million posts.
Well, hopefully teachers and students are enjoying their summer break because it won't be long before school starts up again.
It's true. On average, Texas teachers spend $449 of their own money on school supplies each year. So our KSAT community partners are starting a month-long school supply drive to help them out.
That's right. Teachers in Somerset and Judson ISD are getting the right start to the new school year. If you want to do your part, you can stop by any of the 6 drop-off locations across the city.
They are asking for items like crayons, composition notebooks, No. 2 pencils, hand sanitizer, disinfecting wipes, glue sticks, and more. So you can also find the list and hours of operation on our website at ksat.com.
626, 79 degrees.
Up next at 6:30, state lawmakers have finally reached a deal to lower your property taxes. How it could affect funding for schools, though, and the governor's idea to go even further.
Don't forget, Stephen is keeping an eye on this incident. 35 at Olympia Parkway. The flares and cones are out, flashing lights. We'll get an update from him coming up at the bottom of the hour. This morning on GMSA, a teen is recovering in the hospital after a shooting on the far west side. Why he needed life-saving surgery and what police are saying about the suspects.
Also new this morning, a man is fighting for his life after this crash sent him to the hospital with serious injuries. We're going to look at where and what caused it.
Soak up 79 while you can, folks, because we have reached those afternoon temperatures that are just downright scorching these days. Relief is a hard thing to find, so please be careful.
Hi, good morning. It is 6 Thursday. It is Tuesday, July 11th. Thanks for joining us today.
Let's get right over to Justin, who's in for a mic, and look at these searing temperatures.
Yeah, we're just thankful we're below 80 at this point. We have dropped to 79, but the high temperatures today are going to be right back where they were yesterday. We got up to 103. Heat index was around 107. I think at 103 today. Heat index may go as high as 109. The whole state is baking. Del Rio 105, heat index close to 111. You get the idea. This is the kind of temperatures, these are the kind of temperatures that you got to be careful with. And as we go outside right now, at least we do have some morning overcast. It's cloudy or mostly cloudy, 80 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 74. South-southwesterly winds at about 11. Heat index is still at 85. So again, 103 this afternoon. Feels like number will be close to 109. We'll put that in the extreme category. Not good, and the next couple of days look very similar. What about the Saharan dust? You've probably heard a little bit about that. Do we have some moving in? What's the air quality like? We'll check in on that in just a couple of minutes, but we'll send it over to Stephen now. We've got an issue out there.
Yeah, we do, Justin. Take a look right behind me, guys. This is 35 at Olympia Parkway. A little bit of a weird shot here, but we actually have what looks like a stalled vehicle, a stalled 18-wheeler that was reported earlier this morning. I mentioned it earlier as well that we did see reports of a crash along 35 southbound. I talked to our friends at TransGuide. It does look like this was a stalled 18-wheeler that had 2 right lanes blocked. So within the last few moments, they've actually spotted some some improvement. You could see that one of those lanes has reopened, but we saw those 2 right lanes that were blocked, which led to a big delay with traffic. Things are still moving slow in the area, as you can see right behind me, but again, it does look like at least one of those lanes has reopened. So better news to report out there, but we still have some of that congestion to get through. Let's get a wide look now at our map. Not spotting anything else out there. It's just going to be a lot of the construction, at least for right now, but we are starting to see some of those slowdowns pick up. This is where morning rush really starts to get going here for a lot of folks. So keep that in mind. Other than that, guys, we'll watch the roads closely, and hopefully we'll have a better update along 35 coming up a little bit later on in the newscast. Mark.
Thank you, sir. New this morning, San Antonio police say a man was badly hurt after a crash on our city's north side. Happened just before 10 last night on McCarty. That's near San Pedro and Loop 410. Police said the man ran his truck into a tree and had to be cut out by firefighters after the crash. He was taken to University Hospital with life-threatening injuries, and right now we have no word on his condition.
An 18-year-old is recovering from surgery this morning after being shot twice in the leg. It happened on Breeds Hill Drive near Barbuck Road. San Antonio police say 3 teenagers were involved. They say one of them shot the victim twice in the left leg, then took off running. Investigators say they may have found the gun that was used in this shooting.
Because the brutality she inflicted is unimaginable to anything you can think of.
It's a case that one can never understand. A mother brutally killing her own child.
And now, almost 10 years later, that mother now out of state custody.
We were victimized once by the murder of the baby. We were victimized the second time going through the proceedings. And then you release her and you victimized us again.
This is Texas Crime Stories, the murder of Caden Parker.
New today, you can catch the latest Texas Crime Stories podcast episode, The Murder of Caden Parker. It is dropping this morning. You can check it out on ksat.com, our YouTube channel, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking ahead, Texas will have a new interim attorney general by the end of the week. Governor Greg Abbott chose his deputy chief of staff, Angela Colmenero, to take over the job this Friday. Colmenero will step in for John Scott, who was named provisional state attorney general in May. His resignation letter yesterday, Scott said, and quote, "The honor of serving as the provisional attorney general of Texas was always with an understanding that my duration would be limited in time. Governor Abbott honored my request. Now Scott will return to work in the private sector." Meanwhile, the Texas Senate will decide the future of the Texas Attorney General's office later this year. Ken Paxton was suspended as Attorney General after he was impeached in May. His Senate trial is scheduled for September 5th.
Texas lawmakers have reached an agreement on property taxes, but lawmakers still need to vote on the $18 billion proposal.
It includes $12 billion to reduce school property taxes and would increase the state's homestead exemption to $100,000.
Now, the deal would also create a 3-year pilot program to reduce appraisals on non-homestead properties worth $5 million or less. Non-homestead property includes commercial real estate and second homes.
House Speaker Dade Phelan and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick are also calling for small businesses to receive savings on the state's franchise tax. Lawmakers are expected to take up the legislation this week.
Well, if you haven't heard yet, starting this week, you can't burn anything outside in Kendall County, including Bernie. Kendall County commissioners reinstated the burn ban on Monday morning. According to the A&M Forest Service, Kendall is now one of more than 60 counties across the state with active bans. The U.S. Drought Monitor shows Kendall County is experiencing extreme to exceptional drought. Before we go to break, San Antonio Police announcing a new partnership.
It's with a company that will help people get their broken headlights or taillights fixed without getting a ticket. Lights On is a Minnesota-based company that aims to get people help with their cars rather than them having to pay money. Through the partnership, San Antonio police officers will now give out vouchers to those who have broken headlights and taillights. These vouchers will replace warnings or citations from SAPD.
It is intended to improve community relations, to not fear the police, and help someone out financially when they've got to spend a little bit of money to get their car repaired.
Since Lights On began in 2017, the company has had nearly 10,000 vouchers redeemed.
6:36, 79 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up next on GMSA.
Unless you live a life with a child with a disability, you don't know that playgrounds are not inclusive.
Playgrounds are meant to be a place for every child, but that's not always the case. How one mother is building playgrounds for everyone, no matter their ability.
61 million adults live with a disability in the United States, with over 3 million disabled children. The Americans with Disabilities Act makes it mandatory to make public places more accessible for everyone.
But if you live with a disability, you know that's not always the case, and one mother and son found out the hard way.
As Sarah Costa tells us, it motivated them to change things for millions of children across the country.
Zachary was born with a really rare disability. As he grew, his differences became more and more profound. Absolutely. Left him on the sidelines of a lot of things.
Sidelined even on the playground.
I put him in a little infant swing with a belt, and his body slumped over. And it's the day that broke me, that I thought even something as simple as playing on a playground was taken from my child.
That's when Zachary's mom, Natalie McKay, decided to build all-inclusive playgrounds.
We dedicate this playground to Zachary.
4 years and $500,000 later, Zachary's playground opened.
Something as simple as including half panels. So this allows my son Zachary to get underneath. The roller slide allows kids with cochlear implants to go down and not worry that the static electricity will discharge or harm their implant. This flush-mounted merry-go-round is a piece that allows anybody with a mobility device to experience what it's like to be on a merry-go-round.
Unlimited Play has helped open 82 playgrounds in 19 states, each named after a child in their own community. Lucas Fritsch spearheaded his own Unlimited Playground. Lucas was born with Noonan syndrome.
After we started going to inclusive playgrounds, he was able to just play. I didn't have to worry about him.
Lucas and his mom were able to raise $500,000 and build Lucas and Friends Backyard Adventure Playground.
Well, it actually just showed me that I could actually do something.
Proof that even playgrounds can be life-changing.
I see parents, gosh, a lot of times there's tears in their eyes as they watch their children play for the first time. And I know they feel like they belong, right? A place that somebody thought of their child and cared enough to say, we want you to be included. That's powerful.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Well, if you travel along I-35 on the far northeast side, you know there's not a lot of room to maneuver if you have a breakdown.
That's true. There were some problems there earlier. Let's check back with Stephen Cavazos.
So there's some problems, and some of them have resolved, and then we see new ones pop up. That tends to happen. Let's get a look there at 35 at Olympia. So earlier we showed you an 18-wheeler that had at least 2 right lanes that were blocked out there, which led to big congestion for a lot of folks that are making their way into the Alamo City because it was reported in the southbound lanes. Now we're getting a view from a different shot here from TransGuide. You see what looks like just a white vehicle off on the far shoulder lane. So another stall could be reported out there. But regardless, it's a very busy spot, as you can see it right behind me on our map. Tons of red. A lot of people are experiencing congestion at this time. I'm keeping a close eye on it, so just keep this in your back pocket if your travels take you into the Alamo City this early in the morning. Giving you a wide look at our map, I'm not spotting any other issues. It looks like a crash may have popped up somewhere south of Loop 410. You see it right behind me, but we'll find out exactly how that's going to impact your commute. What could impact your commute a little bit later on is, of course, that construction that we tend to see. 281 on the north side of San Antonio. Don't forget that paving work will begin a little bit later this morning around 9, should wrap at 3 in the afternoon, and it's going to take us all the way to the end of the work week. We're going to see alternating lane closures in both directions at Borgfeld Road. But the construction's not really slowing folks down this early in the morning. It's been stalled vehicles, but that beats seeing a crash reported along 35. We're glad no one was seriously hurt, but let's hope everyone is able to navigate this. And as a friendly reminder, check those vehicles before you hit the roads.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just zooming by that vehicle right there.
Be careful, guys.
Very tricky spot. I mean, and look at the shoulder on the other side. It's like, looks like
no
it's this
room.
wide.
It's all that construction too.
Things to look out for. And so something else to look out for besides the heat?
Yeah, the brisket, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, okay.
A hot brisket.
It's it smells so good in there.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I'm stepping in and out.
T-minus 15 minutes.
And I really am talking to TransGuide.
And if you're thinking, is it too early for brisket? The answer is no. We're doing brisket breakfast tacos for the morning team coming up.
Sounds great.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks,
Yes.
Mark.
Way to keep the morale up with this this kind of weather.
You're
you know
welcome.
what I'm saying? Yeah, because when the temperatures get like this, it's we got to stay positive, right? And one thing you may have heard about is Hey, Steven, how you doing, man? Is the Sahara
Sorry.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere near that dust, man.
Well, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Saharan dust coming through parts of the Caribbean. You may have heard about this. We're getting a plume across parts of Florida. We may get a little bit here in Texas in the coming days, but nothing really today. And we didn't have a lot yesterday. As we look at the forecast going forward, there's one little plume that tries to work in here Friday. No big deal. No big deal. I think that concentrations will be low enough where you probably won't even notice it. But there is a small chance there. Air quality today, it's good. So we've got no problems other than we've got some of those morning clouds. I want to talk a little bit about heat exhaustion versus heat stroke. In this kind of heat, these are things we really do have to be concerned with. If you're feeling faint or dizzy, that's likely heat exhaustion. But once you start getting a throbbing headache, then we're talking heat stroke here. Excessive sweating, exhaustion. Once you get to no sweating, that's a really bad sign. You're getting into the heat stroke zone. Cool, pale, clammy skin, heat exhaustion. Red hot, dry skin, that's heat stroke. Nausea, vomiting for both, but if you have a rapid, weak pulse, that is exhaustion. Rapid, strong pulse, that would be heat stroke. So what should you do? You definitely want to call 911 if you think you're having any of these symptoms. If you have heat exhaustion, find a cool place, drink lots of water, and try to just take it easy. Things to think about when we're getting into this kind of weather. 80 right now, mostly cloudy. Dew point is at 74. Heat index is at 85. The forecast today, 86 at 10 o'clock noontime, 92. We're already getting into those feels like numbers above 100 by 1, 2 o'clock, and a high temperature today around 103. But that feels like number could go as high as 109 here in San Antonio. There will be a little bit of a breeze, thankfully, out of the southeast. Forecast does try to bring a few clouds in this afternoon. That would help some. We may even see a stray shower up around maybe Fredericksburg Junction as far south as Kerrville. The rain chance is 10%, so this isn't a great opportunity, but there are a few showers up there this morning. Maybe 1 or 2 work south during the afternoon. We'll see. As far as rain chances go, that is it, though. The extended forecast is dry, and it remains very, very quiet. So 103 today, 10% chance mainly north of San Antonio, 102 Wednesday, 102 Thursday, 102 Friday. Then as we get into the weekend, 102 or 103, either one. Those are the kind of temperatures that we're going to be dealing with going forward. And yes, it will be dry, and yes, the heat index will be 105 plus. So again, that's why we mentioned the heat exhaustion and heat stroke situation, because if you're working outside, maybe you have a construction job, these are things you do have to be concerned with.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so I just checked our brisket. So it smoked 14 hours yesterday, went into the cooler overnight, and now it did a slow warm up.
Okay.
It's at perfect temperature. Now it's going to rest. So
nice.
We're planning to have the entire morning team, including our production team, eat around 8 o'clock. But I need to get cooking. I got to go voice the 9 at 9, and then we're going to...
You've been busy.
I'm going to cook up scrambled eggs and start eating tortillas, and then I will slice the brisket.
Very awesome.
And help me remember to take pictures later, okay?
Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, we all need to take pictures.
Video this.
Our video. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All the above. Sounds good. 648, 79 degrees.
And looking ahead, our coverage of Amazon Prime Day continues tomorrow on GMSA. You can find the best deals in the Alamo City as other stores jump in on the action to compete for your money.
And I hope this brisket isn't a bust after such huge promotion this morning.
Well, it smells delicious already.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yes.
All right, outside with live cam over by the airport. Broken clouds out there on this Brisket Tuesday at KSAT 12.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we are in the Hudson Valley and assessing the damage. Now, about 36 hours since the heaviest rains here, you can see we have that drone up and lots to clean up. But we've also got to talk about what's happening yet this morning in Vermont. They're still dealing with that flooding. So many roads closed. Jacqueline Lee is up there for us with the latest, and I'll tell you when all the rain finally leaves. Also, Evan Gershkovich, detained in Russia more than 100 days now. His parents are speaking in a broadcast exclusive about rekindled their hopes for his coming home. George sitting down with them. You'll see those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
And before we go, a pair of formerly conjoined twin babies are now heading home after a successful operation. The Texas Children's Hospital announced that sisters Ella Grace and Eliza Faith Fuller are on their way home after a separation operation last month.
They spent 4 months recovering in the neonatal ICU, and the surgery lasted 6 hours. A team of 17 healthcare professionals worked together to separate the girls who were conjoined at the abdomen and shared liver tissues. Well, if you aren't a KSAT Insider yet, you should sign up because you can get some pretty cool perks.
So we had a great Fiesta KSAT Insider party, and now we're looking forward to the KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Insiders get early access to tickets, and this year the KSAT Pigskin Classic is even bigger than last year because we've added an extra night of football. There'll be one game Friday, August 25th, and then 3 games back-to-back on Saturday, August 26th.
It will be busy, so tickets are on sale now, and KSAT Insiders can also get the VIP experience with the best seats in the house. Just head over to KSAT.com for more information. And trending right now on KSAT.com, if you need to tidy up your yard but don't have the tools, San Antonio Community Shed can help. The city of San Antonio provides a community tool shed full of equipment that can be used at no cost. So tools available include things like lawnmowers and leaf blowers. They can be checked out on Thursday and Friday mornings, and we have all the details on our website at KSAT.com.
Some sad news from East Texas. A giraffe named Twigga died over the weekend at a Lufkin Zoo, that's north of Houston. She was 31 years old and among the oldest giraffes being cared for by humans around the world. She had a long life, as giraffes typically live about 25 years. You can read more about her life and legacy on KSAT.com.
And the time now is 6:55, and I see things slowing down there at I-35 at Olympia. Let's check back with Steven.
Unfortunately, things haven't changed over here, guys. As we get a look at 35 at Olympia, you can see we saw that stalled vehicle out there, but it's also the same spot where we've had construction. We had a stalled 18-wheeler, and we still have this white stalled sedan that looks like it's out there off in the shoulder lane. Very tight corridor because of all the work that's taking place out there, so be on the lookout. We are seeing that buildup out there, which doesn't look pretty. Lots of red and orange, and that's not the color we like to see this early in the morning because we're going to start to see a lot more of it as folks make the commute. Quick look around town. You can see some of it building up just within US 90 outside within Loop 1604 as well as 410 before Bandera. But we'll keep a close eye on travel times as well. There's a look there. But Justin, how's it going in the weather department? Aside from that, it's hot.
Same old by noontime. 92. Heat index will be 102. We'll see heat indices around 109 this afternoon. High temperatures will be around 103. It cools down a little bit tonight, down to 90 by 10 o'clock. Extended forecast, a lot of numbers there. Triple digits pretty much each and every day, including into next week.
Lucky us that we get brisket today.
I know.
Mike's on vacation. Sorry, Mike.
I told him I'd save him some. We'll see how that goes.
Have a great day, guys.